Good evening, guys. Once again, we have met today evening with another fresh edition of our English learning course. Of course, spoken English learning. Okay? Isn't it very beastly baking today? I feel so. Don't you? Oh, beastly baking. Yeah. Beastly is a colloquial word which means very, and baking means hot. It's beastly baking today. It's very hot today. Another spoken English word, another colloquial word for beastly baking is it's a scorcher. It's a scorcher. S-C-O-R-C-H-E-R. Scorcher. It's a scorcher today. So what is required to cool the weather down? I think if it starts bucketing down for a couple of hours, the weather will be very cool. Bucketing down? I think many of you are familiar with the word bucket, B-U-C-K-E-T, but as a noun. But here we have used this word bucket as a verb. Bucket as a noun means pail, P-A-I-L. The word pail rings a bell in your mind. Yeah, that's right. The childhood rhyme. Jack fell down and broke his crown. Before that, what is there? Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Yeah, that's right. Pail, P-A-I-L, means bucket as a noun. And bucket, when used as a verb, bucket down, this is a colloquial phrase. It simply means to rain heavily. It's bucketing down outside. It's raining heavily. Or it's pouring outside. Pouring, P-O-U-R-I-N-G. It's pouring outside. Okay? So these two phrases we have learned now. One is bucketing down, another is beastly baking. And with beastly baking, we have learned scorcher. It's a scorcher today. So that means also very hot day, very beastly baking. And bucket down means to rain heavily, and the synonym of that maybe it's pouring outside. We have already learned two colloquial phrases today at the outset of the video. Now let's switch over to the next colloquial phrase, and the next colloquial phrase is down in the mouth. Down in the mouth. Down in the mouth means to be in the doldrums. In the doldrums. What do they mean? Both are colloquial phrases. Down in the mouth, unhappy, or dejected. D-E-J-E-C-T-E-D. Dejected. You look quite down in the mouth. What's wrong with you? Yeah, you are in the doldrums. Why? Oh, I understand. Perhaps somebody in your house is ailing. Somebody in your house is suffering. So you are in the doldrums. You are down in the dumps, or you are down in the mouth. Many expressions are there. You may use any one of them you like. Okay. Down in the mouth. Any sentence? Let me make a sentence of my own. A morning meanie is generally down in the mouth always. A morning meanie. This is another colloquial phrase. Morning meanie. Morning meanie means a person who irritates others by always complaining. There are some students. We'll see those children, especially children, they always complain about their friends. And they are not always very happy. They are always unhappy. So they are called morning meanies. M-I-N-N-I-E, meanie. And morning, M-O-A-N-I-N-G, morning meanie. This is the colloquial phrase which you have learned. Next is, please don't talk 19 to the dozen. 19 to the dozen. Who talks 19 to the dozen? A motor mouth talks 19 to the dozen. Motor mouth. I think you understand, motor. A mouth that is equipped with a motor, as it were. A very talkative person. A very talkative person. This person is called a motor mouth. And a motor mouth always talks 19 to the dozen. 19 to the dozen means to talk 19 to the dozen, to talk incessantly and rapidly. Ceaselessly talking, tirelessly talking, all the time. Why are you talking 19 to the dozen? Give me a break. This way you may use this particular expression. Next is, do you have a drop on the other competitors? To have a drop on. To have a drop on. It is a phrase, a colloquial phrase, which means to have a distinct advantage over. To have a distinct advantage over. He has a drop on his fellows. He has a distinct advantage over his fellows. So when somebody has a drop on the other competitors, you see, well, the other competitors are very jittery on the eve of the competition, and this particular gentleman, this particular guy is calm and quiet, rather jubilant. Why? Because he knows that he has a drop on the other competitors, his fellow competitors. He has a very distinct advantage, not only advantage, distinct advantage over his fellow competitors. So he is quite jubilant, he is quite calm, and he is not found to get rattled. Get rattled. Get rattled means to get nervous or worried or anxious. Don't get rattled. Don't be nervous. Don't get jittery. Don't get jumpy. All these words and phrases mean the same. To get rattled, to be jumpy, to be jittery. All these expressions mean to be nervous, to be anxious. All right, let's pass on to the next one. And the next one is drippy. D-R-I-P-P-Y. Why is your sister so very drippy all the time? Drippy. What does drippy mean? Drippy means soupy. S-O-U-P-Y. Soupy. Well, both these words are uncommon to most of you. So what do they mean? They mean stupidly sentimental. If someone is stupidly sentimental, you may call that person drippy. You may call that person soupy. S-O-U-P-Y. Soupy. D-R-I-P-P-Y. Drippy, soupy. Both these words mean stupidly sentimental. Okay? Next one today. Next one is kids should be taught to not have a down on a face ache. To have a down on is a colloquial phrase. I think the word down speaks volumes. You understand perhaps? To have a down on? Yes, to hate somebody, to dislike somebody. And the second one we have used, that is a face ache. F-A-C-E, face ache. A-C-H-E, face ache. Who is a face ache? A face ache means an ugly, miserable looking person. An ugly, miserable looking person is called a face ache. A face ache may have a golden heart. So, you shouldn't have a down on a face ache. He's not responsible for this. Okay? No, I'm not advising anybody, of course. I'm just simply making sentences of my own so that you understand this. Okay? Let's pass on to the next one today. And the next one is to have a, okay, let me say one thing. I was about to forget. To have a down on has another colloquial synonym, that is to have a scanner at. To have a scanner, SCUNNER. To have a scanner at. Okay, that also means to dislike or to hate. All right, let's pass on to the next one. Isn't it a doddle to speak English? Isn't it a doddle? DODDLE. Doddle. What does doddle mean? Doddle means an easy task. It's easy to speak English. It's a doddle to speak English. What is the synonym of doddle? A colloquial synonym, of course. A colloquial synonym is a duck soup. DUCK. Duck soup. SOUP. It's a duck soup. Can you do this? Oh, it's a duck soup. I can. Well, what is the exact antonym? Just opposite, which is not an easy task, a very hard or difficult task. In colloquial English, that's called a stinker. STINKER. It's a stinker. I mean, it's a very tough job. It's a very hard task. Opposite of doddle, opposite of a duck soup is a stinker. Okay? Let's move on to the next one. Our next one is to do a fate. FAD, fate. To do a fate. It's an idiom. It's a colloquial idiom, which means to flee a place very quickly and stealthily. Flee, FLEE, to escape. For example, the gang of robbers did a fade from the spot of robbery. The gang of robbers escaped from the spot of robbery very quickly and stealthily, so that none else comes to know of their presence. So it is do a fade, to depart stealthily and very quickly, or to flee. If these all words are used, of course, in spoken English as well. Flee is used in spoken English. Escape is used in spoken English. But if you want to use a very colloquial phrase, you may use to do a fade. To do a fade. So all these colloquial expressions you may use, and as I told you yesterday, once again I would like to repeat that. Try to learn as many synonyms as you can so that you do not get stuck anywhere. If you get stuck, your fluency nosedives, and if your fluency nosedives, your speech does not seem so very pleasant. So do not get stuck. But my dear friends, many of us have the wrong idea. By fluency, some people mean speed. Fluency does not mean speed. Fluency means a smooth supply of words. When you do not get stuck, you are speaking fluently. But if you get stuck somewhere, you lose or you lack fluency. So do not think that by fluency I mean speed. Speed is something else. You don't need to speak very speedily. It's not necessary, except when you are very angry. Okay, you are so angry that you tend to be querulous, and you in a flow rather. You keep on speaking a number of words, and then you need speed. Otherwise, when you are talking to people in a relaxed fashion, you don't need to pick up very high speed, but you need, of course, fluency. Okay. So I shall not, of course, prolong the video unnecessarily. I think I do not expect much from you. I just expect a few words of encouragement from you. Or even if you think that I lack something, please write a comment and bring it to my notice. Otherwise, it will be difficult for me to remove that problem, to get rid of that particular drawback. There may be, I do not know. And I just need your suggestion. Please, dear friends, today at least come forward and write a few comments. Okay? At the end of the video, after uploading it, of course, I shall check the comment box to see how many of you have written comments, and your comments will obviously encourage me, and I shall try to make many more videos on a variety of topics related to English. Even if you have any queries, say you want to know something, I have told you a number of words and phrases and idioms. Now, if there is any query, somebody may have some query, please write that query in the comment box. And I'm sure I will read that, and I just assure you that I shall try my best. I shall do my damnedest to answer your question, your query. All right? Please, those of you who are new to this channel, subscribe to this channel. Yes, we need subscribers. Without subscribers, you know that it is not possible to continue with the YouTube videos, with the YouTube channel. All of you know very well, it is nothing new to you. So please do that, and if you give some likes, it'll be good. But I cannot, of course, force you to do that. I cannot compel you to like the video. If you don't like the video, then also give a dislike. All right, so that I understand that you have not liked that video for a certain reason. And after disliking the video, please write the reason for your dislike, so that I understand that for this particular reason, this viewer has disliked this video. I shall try to improve my skill. Okay? See you again next day. I don't know at what particular time, but I shall try my best to make another video tomorrow. Bye-bye.